Burnout isn't a maybe in freelance, it's a guarantee, unless you do something about it. I've worked as a video editor, a motion designer, and a videographer for years, and the only reason I'm still standing is because I stopped working like a machine. So today I'm breaking down the simple shifts that saved my creative brain and my career. So let's get into it. You know how cameras need lens caps to protect them? That's what boundaries are for your brain. When I first started freelancing, I thought I had to say yes to everything. Midnight emails? Sure. Last minute changes on a Sunday? Yeah, why not? But it didn't take long before I felt like my creativity was drying up. So I started protecting my time. I made office hours. I let clients know exactly when I would reply. And guess what? Nobody freaked out. Once you draw the line, you stop feeling like you're drowning. And suddenly, the work feels way less heavy. And speaking of heavy, you wouldn't go to the gym and do one squat and then one push-up and then run a lap, right? That's what it's like bouncing between editing and emailing and animating and rendering all in one afternoon. Your brain never locks in. You get tired fast and you don't even finish anything. So now I group my work. One day for editing, one day for filming, one block of time for emails, and so on. It's like switching from chaos mode to cruise control. And that smooth rhythm, it makes burnout way less likely. But even with batching, you can still push too hard. There's this pressure in freelance life to be always booked. Like if your calendar isn't stuffed, you're failing. But here's the truth. More projects don't mean more success. They just mean more stress. I used to take on everything, but all it did was turn me into a tired, cranky editor with no brain power left for passion projects. Now I build space. Space between projects, space to breathe, space to scroll Pinterest without guilt. And guess what? My work got better when I started doing less. And when I really need to refresh, that's when I change my scene. Ever notice how moving to a new spot, a cafe, a park, or even just another room in your house makes you feel lighter? Sometimes, when I hit a mental wall mid-edit, I just move. Literally, I grab my laptop, sit somewhere new, and suddenly the ideas flow again. We were not made to stare at the same four walls every single day. A fresh view can give you a fresh idea. But it's not just your environment that needs movement. If your back is sore, your brain's probably tired too. Video work means a lot of sitting. And I used to think that pushing through was a badge of honor, like, look at me grinding 10 hours straight, ooh. It turns out breaks aren't lazy, they're fuel. Now I try to stretch every hour. I walk around the block, do a few squats, do my exercises, and somehow those tiny little breaks, they keep me way more productive. And they also help me with something even bigger. Let's be real, when every project has a deadline and feedback and 5 rounds of revisions, it's easy to forget why you started making videos in the first place. So now, once a month, I make something just because. A fake ad, a weird animation, a video that makes absolutely no sense but makes me smile. No rules, no clients, just play. And when I do that, my love for video comes back way stronger. Like watering a plant you forgot on your windowsill. But even plants need shade sometimes. Now here's something wild. You don't have to be online all the time. I used to finish an edit, then go straight to Instagram or YouTube or email, rinse and repeat. And I felt fried, like my brain was buzzing even when I was trying to sleep. Now I carve out time with no screens. I stare at the ceiling, read a book, do whatever. Go outside and let my brain breathe. And every time I come back from one of those breaks, again, I edit faster, I think clearer, and I feel better. And the truth is, even with breaks and boundaries, you still need your people. Freelancing can be lonely. But the second I started talking to other creatives, even just one, everything felt lighter. We shared horror stories, we swapped tips, and we reminded each other that we are not crazy. Creativity loves company. So don't stay in your cave, DM a fellow editor, join a group, make a friend who knows what rotoscoping even is. And once you've got that community, start saying no without feeling guilty. Now that you've got your systems, your space, and your people, it's time for the hardest thing. Saying no. No to lowball clients, no to soul-crushing deadlines, no to quick edits that aren't really that quick. Every time you say no to something that drains you, you say yes to something even better. Your health, your creativity, and your time. And I promise, the right clients will respect your no, and the wrong ones, well, you're better off without them anyway. Burnout does not mean you're weak, it just means you care. Maybe a little too much. But if you learn to rest, to breathe, to play, you can keep doing what you love for the long haul. So, protect your energy, make space for fun, talk to people, move your body, and never forget to say no when you need to. And if you want to learn how to say no without losing clients, then you need to learn the magic words in this video.